Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you 4 different design hacks that you can use in Squarespace to elevate your website design but without using a single line of code. If you're building a website on Squarespace and you haven't yet got a copy of my Squarespace website checklist, grab it today. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. It's completely free to download and it goes through all the steps that you need to take on your website before you launch. So the first hack that I want to show you is how you can put a border around an image without using code. At the time of filming, there isn't a native way in Squarespace to put a border around an image, but there is a workaround that we can do. So let me show you how to do that. First thing we need to do is click Edit and scroll down to the image that we want to put a border around. Now I want to put a border around this image that we've got here. Now, before we start putting the border around it, we just need to make sure that the image is set to fill rather than fit. So if we click on the image block and click on the pencil icon, and underneath the design tab over here, we can see that there's some options we've got here for fit, fill, and shape. If your image is set to fit, it will just display in its natural aspect ratio. However, if your image is set to fill, it will fill the entire content block, which is outlined here in blue. And that's what we need in order to put a border around it without any code. So we're going to set the image to fill and click out of here. And then what we need to do is add a shape block and resize the shape block so it is exactly the same size as our image. And then edit the shape block by clicking on the pencil icon and scroll down until you get to this section here which says stroke, and click on this one which is a solid line. So that now gives our shape block a border. We can control the color of this border and also the thickness of the border. So if we wanted to change the color, we can click on this and choose another color within our palette. I'm going to choose this dark green. And to control the thickness, we can either change it to small, medium, or large, or we can set a custom thickness by clicking on the 3 dots. And I like to drag this down to just 2 pixels. And then click out of here, and you can see that our shape block now has a lovely border around it. And then the final thing we need to do is just send this shape block so that it's sitting behind our image block and our image block can sit on top. So click on the shape block again, and then if you click on this icon here, which is move backwards, or you can hit shift down on your keyboard, and we send the shape block to the back. And if we click out, we can see that our image now has a lovely border around it. Now, if you're doing this, just make sure that you toggle over to mobile view over here on the top right, and just make sure that it appears how you need it to appear on mobile as well. So you can see there's our shape block and there's our text and there's our image, but the shape block isn't automatically sitting behind the image, which is what we want. So we just need to drag this shape block up, resize it so it's the same size as the image, and send it backwards. And now our image has a border around it, and then we just need to drag our text up so it fills the gap and just resize so we don't have all that blank space at the bottom. And now that looks a lot better on mobile as well. Now the second hack I'm going to show you is how to create this overlapping effect. So let me show you this in preview mode because you'll be able to see it better. So this is the overlapping effect that I want to show you how to create. This image looks like it's overlapping the section above. Let me show you how to do this. So go back into edit mode, and I'm actually going to delete this entire section so I can show you how I built it from scratch. So let's remove that. And firstly, let's add a new section, and I'm going to add a blank section. And the first thing I'm going to do is go over to edit section, and I'm going to toggle off the fill screen. And that just means that the grid will now be mapped to the very top of the section and to the very bottom of the section, and it will get rid of any padding at the top and bottom, which is what we need in order to make this effect work. So toggle off the fill screen. And then let's start by adding in our image. So there's our image. Now, it isn't strictly necessary to make this a fill image. However, my preference is to generally work with images that fill the entire content block. So I'm going to hit the pencil icon, and under the design tab, I'm just going to hit fill. And now we want to create the effect where it looks like it's overlapping with the section above. So what we can do is add another shape block and drag the shape block to the very top of the section and resize it so that it's quite short, but that it spans the entire width of the screen. And then we can change the color of this shape block so that it matches the background color of the section above. So the section above is colored in this lilac color. So if we click on the pencil icon and scroll down to color, click on the colored circle and select the lilac color, the shape block is now the same color as the background of the section above. And click out of here. And again, we just need to send this shape block to the back so that our image can sit above. So we'll use this icon again to send the shape block backwards. And if we just click out of that and hit save, this is best viewed in preview mode so you can see the full effect. So let's hop on over to preview mode. And if we just scroll down, we can see that the image now looks like it's overlapping the section above it, but we've created this effect using a shape block. So with this effect over here, you definitely want to hop back over into mobile view to ensure that it looks how you want it to look. So let's go into mobile view, and this is the section that we have just created, and it definitely doesn't look how we want it to look. So we just need to resize this shape block and make sure it goes the entire width of the screen. And same goes for the image block. We want to make that a lot longer. Make the section a bit bigger for a bit of space. And we want the shape block to sit behind the image block. And let's click save. That's a lot better. That's more the effect that we were going for. The next hack I want to show you is using an accordion block. So if we scroll down to this section just here, you can see I have an image block here and an accordion block just here. But if I expand the accordion, watch what happens to the image. So you can see the image grew a little bit and now it shrinks again. And now it grows and now it shrinks. Now, I don't have an awful lot of description text just here. However, if I had a really long description just here, this would create a really weird effect, and design-wise, it would just look really strange. So in order to get around this, what we need to do is come out of preview mode and get into edit mode. What we need to do is click on the accordion block, and you can see the content block for the accordion is currently outlined in blue. And what we want to do is just drag this so that it sits one row lower than the image block, and hit save. And now if we hop back over into preview mode and have a look, you can see that the image now no longer grows when the accordion is expanded. And design-wise, this is just a lot cleaner. We don't have images jumping up and down along with the accordion. It's just the accordion that moves. If you want to learn how you can add an accordion block to your website and how you can customize it and style it so that it suits your branding, I have a whole video going over accordion blocks, which I'll link in the description box below. So accordion blocks are one of my favorite blocks. They're great for fitting a lot of text into a small amount of space. Definitely check that video out if you want to learn how to use accordion blocks. Now, the final hack that I want to show you involves hiding certain blocks on mobile view that may appear on desktop view. So if we scroll up to this section here, we can see we have an image, we have a graphic, and then we have a text block, and we've got 1, 2, 3 images, 1, 2, 3 graphics, and 1, 2, 3 text blocks. And this looks beautiful. If we hop over into mobile view to the same section, we can see we have the same thing again: image, graphic, text, image graphic text, image graphic text. However, you may decide that you don't want the graphics to appear on mobile view like they do on desktop view. So what you can do is click on this layers tab. And if you just click on the image that you want to hide, you can see just here in the layers panel, it highlights that image. And all you need to do is click on the eye icon. And now that image or the graphic has been hidden in mobile view, and we can drag this text block up so that it sits directly under the image. And I want to do that for all the graphics that appear in mobile view. So let's drag this image up slightly. And this is the graphic that I want to hide, and it's highlighted here in the layers panel. I'm going to click the eye, and then I can drag this text block up. And I'll do the same again for this graphic. I'm going to hide that, and I can drag this up, and we can resize this. Now in mobile view, that looks lovely, that looks nice and clean and not overly cluttered. However, if we hop back over to desktop view, you'll see that the graphics still remain. And this is a really handy tool, this layers tool here. It works independently on mobile view compared to desktop view. So if there are certain things that you have in one view that you don't want to appear in another view, you can use that layers tool to hide things where you want them hidden. I do have another video that goes into a lot of depth about hiding blocks and different use cases where you may want to hide blocks on desktop view, where you may want to hide blocks on mobile view. So I'll leave a link to that video in the description box below as well. If you want to learn more about hiding blocks and look at different use cases, then that's the video to watch. And that's it for my design hacks in Squarespace. So that's it for my design hacks in Squarespace. If you found this video helpful, please remember to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any further Squarespace tutorials. There's a link to my Squarespace website checklist in the description box below. Be sure to grab your copy of that today. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best with your website.